Hello, this is Fred Hughes, and I'm excited about giving a little presentation. We're going to open up and put in the link that I also have included, hopefully with the information I've sent you. So I'm going to kind of just type it in there. It's bluehost.com and then /track by Fred Hughes. That's my associate's sign-in deal. That way Bluehost knows how to kind of give me a little credit and love over sending you their way. And so it helps my business and helps me. And so I hope you'll use that link rather than going directly to Bluehost and signing up. Because that way I get credit. It's the only way I get credit for doing that. But anyway, you'll land at this location right here, and basically what we're going to do is you're going to go to products because that's what we want, and we're going to go to the second one called shared hosting. Now it says WordPress hosting, but that's not what we want. We really want to go with the shared hosting, and I'll because we're going to put you into WordPress. That's where we're headed. But anyway, as we kind of go into all of this, the first step is to order the or buy the real estate. Now, whenever hosting, what hosting is it's basically it's room on a computer that's stored somewhere that stays on all the time, and it's a big computer, but you rent space in that computer to house your website. And what it is, that particular computer and where your website is hosted, it also has it set up to where it links over to other. And so what it'll do is it'll put your information in several different places around the world, really, to where it's accessible from a region. And so anyway, it's kind of complicated, but it's awesome that it worked. We live in kind of an exciting time. Anyway, you'll see three options when you scroll down here: Starter, Plus, and Pro Business or Business Pro. Basically, the Plus, you see all this unlimited business down here. You get one free domain, and then you can buy other domains, and you can actually open numerous websites in this one place. So you could literally have 3 or 4 different websites that say you have like I do, you have a business, you have a ministry. You can open up, 2 or 3 different websites, all from the same one location, and so it's incredible. There's a lot of different things that can be done with it. How Bluehost works is that they have you pay basically upfront per month for an entire year minimum. And so this one is the one I like because it's got all this unlimited features to it, and you're not balled up. You're not, you can't. Well, you can only load 3, videos because you used up all your room. This unlimited portion over here is just awesome. So when you select that one, you're going to whichever one you select. It's going to open up, and first thing it's going to do is going to ask you to, what your domain name is going to be. Now, if you don't have a domain name, and that's going to be most of you, we're going to go to this first box right here to create a new domain name. If you already have a domain name and you're wanting to move it, you probably need to talk to me. It's kind of complicated unless you're familiar with it. If you were familiar with it, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So more than likely, you're going to be in this first box right here, creating a new name for your business or your ministry or whatever. .com is for commercial, is what it stands for, and it's usually used by businesses. There's another one down here, .org for organization. So if you're a church or an organization, then .org is probably what you want to use. There's other choices, but those are the 2 main ones that people that I'm working with are probably going to be interested in using. So anyway, if you don't have a name, you want to keep your name short. If you give it a name like Photography by Fred Hughes and Design and Development and Future Hope that you're going to come to us.com, well, then that's going to be real easy. You're going to get that almost immediately. It's going to be no problem getting that domain name because it's about 500 letters long and no sweat getting it. It's just that nobody's ever going to type it in because it's too darn long. Fred Hughes, Photography by Fred Hughes, that's long. I own that one. I started out with that, but it's just too long. And so I bought another name and pointed them both in the same place. So you can type in Photography by Fred Hughes if you want, .com, or you can type in byfredhughes.com. And so either of those things would get you to my account. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in here, let's put photos by Fred.com, and let's go next. Okay, that's going to be a good one. Let's see if, oops, it says right here the domain photosbyfred.com is not available for registration, so we can't have that one. And it drops down here and gives you some suggestions, but Photos by Fred website, that's kind of weird. Stock Photos by Fred, that could work. The Photo by Fred. Anyway, it gives you some deal. I don't really like any of those, so we go back down here and we type in a new name. Or if they happen to find Stock Photos by Fred Hughes, if I click on that recommendation up there, it will just put it in right down here. And so if you click on, once you figure out what you want and you click onto it, well then the next page that comes up is congratulations. And but just let me warn you, be real sure that you have typed in the full right name. Double check. Stock Photography, Photos by Fred Hughes. Because if you go on from here and buy this thing and it's FRD instead of FRED, you left out the E, and then you're going to have Stock Photos by Ferd. Okay, you don't want that, and it's costly, and you can't get a refund because you chose it. So double check your spelling, make sure you've done that correctly. Okay, then all you do is just kind of the account, you fill it out, you name your address, your business, the package that you want, information. And what I do is you're going to do this 36 months is what it puts in there for, to start out with. You can click on this little side button and you can buy 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months. I highly recommend doing the 3 years, the 36 months, because that really locks you in. It's the cheapest price. And if you're, a church, a business, you're going to have a website from, pretty much now on. So you don't really want to chimp out on that. It saves you a lot of money, and you don't have to worry about it for 3 years before you have to get back around to, even thinking about it again. So that's kind of cool. The setup's free. The domain registration, which is, it registers your domain, the name that you just created, and told them you wanted. And then go down through here, and basically I uncheck all of these boxes because I don't really have need for any of those things. You can always add any of those things later, but it's not necessary. And then you go down a little further and you give them your credit card number and expiration date and all of that, the little code on the back. And just kind of double check over everything, make sure your information and all is correct, your email that you want, write that down. Write down which email. Some people have more than one email, and so make sure that you write your email address that you've used down, and make sure that you've put, you kind of know who signed up and what's going. But here's the first thing to write down is write down which email address you used, which telephone number you gave them. And that is a very good recommendation. Once you got everything all set and go, what you're going to do is submit. And it's going to carry you on and give you some more information, ask you for a little bit more information, and you're going to set up basically a user's ID you're going to set up a password, and both of those things you need to have written down. You need to know what your user's ID is, which name you gave them, whether it's your full name, your short name, whatever. Uh, all that information, everything, write it all down so that you have that later on, because it's extremely important. That's how you get back into everything. And so make sure, double check your spelling again, and make sure you've got all of that information down. So just keep following their little prompts after you submit. Then I'm going to get a rejection deal. It's going to send me back and tell me that I need to fill out some more stuff because I didn't put everything in there. Okay, so for the end of for the purposes that that we need, basically that's really all that you need to do at this point in time. Once you get that done, write all that down. Well, then contact me, and we will begin to build a website for you, and I'll show you and teach you all of the next steps that are necessary. All right, be blessed.